Last week, the Catholic Pope Francis, when asked about the current state of the world, stated that today we need more bridges than gaps among people. This idea of needing to build more bridges than gaps looks quite logical and responsible, but maybe we should develop it further, because saying that bridges can only lead to the good and that gaps can only lead to the bad is a bit too simple. Reality is never that simple, and I would like to challenge this statement. Because bridges can also lead to tensions, because putting people in contact and destroying borders, for example, can also lead to the bad. Just ask the indigenous communities of the Amazon what they think of bridges, what they think about opening their societies to the outside world, and all the negative consequences it had for their community. Or just ask today the industrial workers in France what they think of bridges, the ones who just lost their job because their factory moved abroad. What do they think of bridges? I could also speak about the current migrancy crisis, which is creating human bridges everywhere and which is leading for sure to opportunities, but also which is leading to tensions, identity tension, especially worldwide. In fact, a lot of bridges created by globalization are having negative impacts on people right now. And globalization itself, which represents the ultimate bridge, also has negative outcomes. And so I'm sorry, Pope Francis, but no, the bridges are not leading necessarily to the good. I mean, the gaps can be good, the bridges can be bad. It just depends on how we manage them. I mean, do we really still think today that a more global world without gap nor borders is a more peaceful world? I'm not that sure. Why? Because the global world in its current version is precisely the main cause of the current closures and identity withdrawn worldwide. My question is quite simple. Would we have Trump, Bolsonaro and the Brexit without the context of open world in which they rise? My answer is no, as those people and events are precisely the consequences of the open world as it is today. In other words, the current ways of opening the world are paradoxically leading to everyday more closed societies, to everyday more nationalism and populism worldwide. And so it is in fact creating more gaps than bridges, as we were initially told among the people. Two last quick conclusion to that. First of all, people who say that we need more global and open ideas in order to fight against nationalism and that we need more inclusiveness in order to fight against hatred are wrong, because here the first precisely create the second. Second, the problem in fact is neither the gap nor the bridges. The problem is the way people are making gaps and bridges today. In other words, it looks like today we have to choose between both, between gaps and bridges, while the solution might be the balance between both, according to the situation of your country, of your city or your company.